Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our final webinar of this series. It's great to have everyone tuned in. So leading this webinar is Laura Busata, who is Cosmetics R&D Senior Specialist at Unifaco. She'll be doing an overall presentation of Ocean Safe Beauty, which you can catch in full at the Marketing Trends Theatre at the In-Cosmetics Global event. Before we begin, I'd just like to say that there's not going to be much time for Q&A at the end, but do feel free to send any questions regardless. It's great for our information. And also this webinar will be available to view again on demand, so you can revisit the channel. So without further ado, I'd like to now pass you over to Laura.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you to the In-Cosmetics team for inviting me. Climate change is the defining global challenge of our time. Rapid changes to the global climate over the past several decades have already resulted in a widespread impact across human societies and natural ecosystems. These devastating and evident effects have made people become more aware of the role of their behavior toward the planet. Europeans are very concerned about climate change and support action to tackle it. If you have a look to this recent survey made by the European Commission, the 93% of European citizens see climate change as a serious problem. The 93% of respondents have also taken at least one specific action to fight climate change, notably reducing and recycling waste and cutting down on consumption of disposable items whenever possible. 92% of respondents agree that greenhouse gas emissions should be reduced to a minimum in order to make the European economy climate neutral by 2050. Some emerging topics are now the talk of the town, such as sustainability, for example, recycling or renewable energy. Therefore, the attention is now focused on the energy environmental impact on objects and products we use every day and also action we often do. The impact of our collective actions on the planet has raised up urgent questions for beauty brands globally. As a result, consumers want more action from brands and companies on sustainability, searching for more environmentally friendly products. As a consequence of this new consumer's approach, new trends are born, such as sustainable beauty, zero waste products, the upcycling concept, and one of the last big trends, the clean beauty trend. Upcycling, also known as creative reuse, is the process of transforming byproducts, waste materials, useless or unwanted products into new materials or products of better quality and better environmental value. Almost a third of food is wasted globally. That doesn't just add to landfill across the world, but it also contributes directly to greenhouse gas emissions and climate change. Beauty and personal care brands can lessen this impact by sourcing from waste materials, giving consumers a simple solution to reduce their carbon footprint. Possible waste material can be sourced from imperfect-looking food, for example, parts of the plant, fruit, or nuts that are discarded during the processing, or, for example, tree waste. Brands started also to be more environmentally responsible, and for this reason, they must be transparent about their practices. But consumers must also take some accountability in this. Many people want to help, but aren't sure how, so brands can win loyalty using education and by offering simple solutions. This provides a feel-good factor and saves money and time. The zero waste trend describes a growing movement towards circularity, allowing products or materials to be recovered, regenerated, and reused rather than being disposed of. Beauty and personal care brands should be inspired by this, but must ensure the processes used to create refillable, reusable, or repurposed products won't end up being more toxic for the environment in the long term. Companies are also increasingly incorporating sustainability measures into their daily working practices and can capitalize on these efforts by creating compelling marketing stories to highlight the consumer how green they are. At the same time, being sustainable doesn't mean compromising on quality or luxury. Trade Association Cosmetic Europe has created sustainability guidelines explaining how the three pillars of sustainability, society, environment, and economics, relate to the cosmetics industry and can be used to make products safer and more marketable. Starting from these pillars, companies can innovate and be clever with upcycling concepts, refill and product life extension, be transparent to create a better relationship with consumers, and provide them with the guidance and education to make changes. Product claims have evolved from natural to organic to green and finally to clean. And each of these terms means something different to different consumers. One thing all consumers can agree on, however, is that clean products are the safest available, using the best ingredients that do not harm to the consumer. The growing eco-ethical demands on brands from younger consumers in particular extends the clean term beyond simply being safe for the people using the product to also ensuring products safe for the environment. Cosmetics brands have the opportunity to showcase healthy, safe ingredients that do not harm the planet, extending the clean term from consumer safety to the prevention of harm to the environment. In particular, the attention is turning toward marine life and coral reefs, which are believed to be under threat from waste products and chemical ingredients that are flooding the ocean. The clean beauty concept is going to turn toward marine life and coral reef integrity. And ocean-safe beauty is one of the last-born beauty trends, a sustainable and eco-friendly approach to product development with a special focus on the respect of the marine ecosystem. How can we develop ocean-safe products? Well, there are different and at the same time linked directions to follow. Starting from avoiding marine impacting ingredients, choosing more environmentally friendly packaging, or reducing water wasting, creating waterless cosmetics. Recent studies have been made to demonstrate that personal care products, including sunscreens, have an impact on the aquatic organisms. Corals, for instance, have been facing an unpredictable future about their health and ecological integrity due to positive temperature anomalies, excess of UV radiation, and presence of bacterial pathogens and pollutants. So, action needs to be taken at all levels if their integrity and values are to be maintained. Several awareness campaigns have been organized to explain which chemicals to avoid. A good example of this is the U.S. National Ocean Service, responsible for managing reefs in Florida, Hawaii, and Virgin Islands. As you can see, coral issues and sunscreen potential impacts are analyzed to demand people to apply those lotions likely to damage coral less than others. Considering the growing concern about the negative impact sunscreen ingredients may be having on corals and other reef biota, many reef-safe sun care products were actually launched, and consumers are now seeking out this claim. Clean Beauty fever and the recent ban of some organic UV filter in a way will draw more consumers to brands that spotlight use of more reef-friendly UV filters. So, when launching sun care products, brands would do well to substitute the banned filter for alternative, organic UV filter, or physical sunscreen. Plastic packaging at risk in the world's ocean has become the new catalyst driving brands to rethink packaging in a context consumers can understand and use. It is estimated that by 2050, there will be more plastic than fish in the sea. Another area of concern is the impact of waste wipes or face masks, which typically contain plastic, take a long time to break down, and can harm marine life. Nielsen's trend Hungry Planet points out that consumers are becoming interested in brands that follow eco-friendly practices and support sustainable development. Alongside the development of more environmentally friendly beauty products, consumers are placing more pressure on packaging to be more sustainable and eco-friendly. This readily encourages more brands to explore new environmentally friendly packaging initiatives. By providing innovative solutions, brands can cement themselves into the top position with eco-minded consumers. Here's some examples. Plastic-free wipes and sheets to reduce water contamination. Fully recyclable packaging, for example. Alternative materials to create biodegradable and flushable products, or refillable packaging. In 2016, Mitchell introduced the Water, the New Luxury trend, examining how water is set to become a precious commodity in the not-too-distant future. With increasing global concern over water supplies and shortages, consumers have shown a light on the brands taking steps to be more proactive in how they manufacture and formulate with regard to water sources and overall water usage. When thinking of a waterless approach, solid bar formats are the natural place to start. A much more concentrated formulation in terms of ingredients, solid formats can have a lower cost per use than traditional water-based formats. Outside of solid bar formats, powder products are growing, as well as oil and oil-based sticks, creams, and balms. This type of product can be formulated without water, creating more concentrated formats that are easy to use on the go and when traveling, for example. In conclusion, as the population grows and our natural resources shrink, consumers are increasingly demanding that companies do more to protect the life on Earth and oceans. Whether it is through saving energy or water, using sustainable ingredients, modifying product packaging, or a combination of these, companies who adopt good sustainability practices can simultaneously reduce costs while appealing to the consumers. Thank you for your attention.